Okay guys, inside of this bonus video we want to show you a quick way of getting leads directly inside of your chatbot after they signed up with a lead form. Because at the very end of the lead form we have a message for leads, right? You can customize this to anything that you like to, a headline, a description, and we also have a call to action. The call to action is view website, but you can also put in a ref URL here. So you can also shorten that with a link shortener if you like to, but this ref URL basically could also contain several different kinds of payloads, which also directly activate certain data inside your own chatbot. The way to do this is by going back towards your UChat chatbot, go towards the tool section, we can go towards widgets and we can create a new widget. From this widget, let's call this just ref URL add workshop, right? Something to really know what this ref URL is all about. Let's press save. And now let's go towards this ref URL. The great part of this ref URL is that you can select the channel where you want the users to opt into. So if you have a WhatsApp bot, if you have a web, if you have Facebook, Instagram, doesn't really matter. Anything that is supported inside of this ref URL, you can refer them to. So even if you're advertising on Meta and only Meta supported channels, you can still direct them, for example, back towards Telegram or Line or Fiverr. So that is totally up to you, but you can use this ref URL. So for example, if we say Facebook, we can choose the follow-up message, right? So let's go with the lead gen follow-up. And now we have the channel and the flow selected. And now we can also put in custom ref parameters. So for example, we could say, and now after this custom ref parameter, we can also add payloads. And more information about payloads can be found on our channel on how exactly they work, but you also have examples just below this. So a payload is basically a certain value that is saved to a specific custom field that you assign it to. So if we have this ref URL, as you can see here, we can assign a payload, an additional data source, right? By adding two midlines and then a payload data. So for example, we could say this would be add, right? So add workshop or whatever you want to call it. Add one, copy one. And you can add several other payloads as well in this format. So if you add one payload, you go with another two midlines, and then you can add an additional payload. And all those payloads, as you can see here, you can add up to 10 different kinds of payloads, and you can customize them and save them to your own custom fields for this specific user. So as soon as this user opts in, so let's copy this, let's go towards the link, and let's say going to add a parameter. Let's say add one, copy one, right? Then this value will then be stored in a custom field that you assign here. So for example, if you want to have a lead gen, so for example, if you want to have a lead gen add data, you can just create it directly on the spot, save it as a text custom field. And from here, this specific value, so if we go all the way back here, so this specific value will then be saved inside of this custom field for this specific user. So as soon as they are redirected back towards your chatbot and channel of choice, they will get assigned this specific custom field with this specific data set at the end of the ref URL, as you can see here. So if you want to add more, you just go with two midlines, and then you can have data 2, two midlines, data 3, and so on, all the way up to a total of 10 different kinds of payloads. And each individual payload will be assigned to another payload inside of this ref URL widget. So you can assign as many as up to 10, so 1 to 10, and this allows you to get a lot of information back soon as the user presses the button to view the website. And you can give this any kind of call to action, right? So for example, access workshop, So this is an additional method into getting users directly back towards your own chatbot, instead of going with the initial choice when going with the lead gen. So instead of sending them a WhatsApp message template, you can also redirect them back directly towards the WhatsApp channel with this data set. You can then sync the data later on, soon as the user becomes a bot user, and then you can have this data and sync it, for example, in a Google Sheet, and then pull it all back inside the chatbot again. So it's totally up to you. This is just an additional method that you can use to get people back inside your chatbot right after they filled in the data on the lead form. So we hope this new update towards UChat, by accessing the lead form data, the instant forms, allow you to set up all kinds of fantastic automations instead of needing to go to Zapier to set all these kinds of automations up there. You can do that really easily inside of the UChat platform directly. So if you have any questions, do let us know and we will be there to help you out. For now, try it out, have some fun, and we'll talk to you really, really soon.